if we really want to help the men and the girls, especially today, we cannot leave the men behind. Because an unwhole man will always think to use his physical force. But a whole man does not use violence. Real men do not beat wives. They don't rape their daughters. It is evil, and it really is a threat against the entire society. Every time you attend a wedding, the two foundational messages you hear are that the two have become one. And also, what God has put together. You want to finish it for me? Let no man put asunder. And I think we need to go back and listen to these messages, because it really was never meant to be us against them, or us, the men, against you, the women. No, it was meant to be us together against the forces that seek to destroy the family. And it's only when we wake up to that fact that then we shall restore hope for the family. And I believe connect our girls to a future that is more stable.
On just one of the issues that relates to discrimination on the basis of sex is the very real issue of gender-based violence. And I noticed recently that there has been a lot of excitement and discussion around what is being considered to be women on male violence. But statistically, those incidences have always been there, but they constitute a very small percent of gender-based violence. Actually, what has increased and what the media has not talked about, and which is unfortunate, is that there is an increase not on women on male violence, but there is an increase on male violence, particularly sexual violence. But since it's such a hush subject, and men who either do not go for treatment, or if they go for medical treatment, they do not report it to the police, this is something that is not discussed. And maybe because our media houses are run by male editors, it remains a hush subject. It is unfortunate. I think it's something we need to address, that we must address violence against men, but the real violence against men and the real perpetrators of violence against men.
We need an educational system that will prepare these girls for the hard world that we live in. We need the civil society and advocacy groups that will operate in the rural areas where 85% of these girls, Linda, Taka, and Wanjiru live. We need to properly prepare them. It is heartbreaking to see young girls simply disappear from the scene every year, particularly after high school. It is heartbreaking to see university graduates selling bananas in the streets for lack of employment and guidance. We need successful women to act as role models to our impressionable girls. We need a media that will focus on the day-to-day life and highlight what is truly important, instead of feeding us with empty politics daily from morning until night. High-profile observation of International Women's Day should in future be held in rural areas, out in the open, where ordinary women and girls will be part of it. How happy I would be if I'm invited to the next 3rd Annual International Women's Day, but to be held in a rural setting where I will turn up in a casual wear, similar to what the hundreds of our people wear in the rural areas.